Hi and welcome to the latest demo video for my deal analyzer. This is a part of the software that we've done an awful lot of work on in recent months to enhance the experience and to try and consolidate down all of the main tasks that most property investors will be engaged in when it comes to actually acquiring and developing properties. It really starts off elsewhere in the software. So if you're familiar with Ultimate Property Dashboard, you'll know we get data from all the main portals, and you can find these from a number of places. In this instance, I'm going to do it in my sourcing leads. I'm just going to put a postcode in, and I'm going to search for a property that I might like. There's a perfect one there. First one that we see there is a property in need of a bit of a renovation. You can see I'm just going to move my mouse to the top right hand corner of that image. I'm going to put it into Deal Analyzer. So I click on OK, and then we'll go straight back to Deal Analyzer, and it'll have information about the property. See, it's captured a lot from the advert, but it still needs a little bit of help, a little bit of information. Normally it's just the address and the number of bathrooms, so let's put an address in. I don't know if it is 18 Diner Street, but we'll go with that for now as an example. So I click on save. That adds it to my deal analyzer, and there we go. You can see we've got a little map, we've got an image of the property, we've got some details there as well. You'll notice straight away that I can add a number of new things to the property. First things first, EPC. So I can put the EPC in for this property if I can find the property. Probably wasn't 18 Diner Street, it's picking up one. Let's do 20 Diner Street. So we'll get the EPC for that. And there we go. So we've got the EPC data. Now we've got the current rating, what the potential is, what the total square meterage is, what the cost per square meter is of this property. And that's a critical measure here. A lot of people struggle to get hold of the cost per meter square. We make it really simple. You put the EPC in, we'll automatically calculate that for you. So you've immediately got information about that property that you wouldn't have otherwise had. Now again, if you want to, you can add this to your lead research area of the software, and you can also add it to area research as well. But we're not going to be doing that today. You can also, you see we've got this little pencil. We can add specifics about that property if we want to, and then of course we can archive and delete it. Just again to draw your attention to this, we've now got this property. It's saved in Deal Analyzer. So if we go back to my deal analyzer, you'll see it should be the first one on the list. There it is. So we've got the details for that property. Again, if we just click on view, we can see just where we were, all the details for that property. Now there are a couple of developments since we last did a video on this, some quite significant ones. First obvious one is we've got lots more strategies now. So if you want to do your due diligence on it being simply a buy to let, so you buy it and you don't do anything to it, we've got that option. You've also got the HMO if you're going to convert it to an HMO, or it is an existing HMO. You can also do the numbers and the due diligence on it being a flip. You can also do it on being a buy, refurb, refinance, and that's probably the most common strategy and the most frequently used using the software. But then there's the more specialist things such as a rent to serviced accommodation or rent to rent, and that also caters for HMO as well. So you've pretty much got most of the common strategies, and we will add more as time goes on. But the 99% of what most people do in property is covered off by those strategies. You've also got the function to add offers on this property. You've also got a function to see the market insights. Now this is new. Okay, so market insights basically takes what's available in my area research and my lead research and puts it into a quick report for you there. So you can see properties are nearby. You can also see how that area is doing, what the range of prices are in that area, and then how each different property type is performing in that area. So those three tiles there showing you that data and that information. And again, if you wanted to just go straight through and look at all of the on-market properties, you can go back. There's also a direct to vendor or a property sourcer deal on the software at the moment in this postcode. So not only have we got on-market, we've also got off-market information. There's a little toggle. Again, you can look at the average prices for rent and sales, plus the yield as well by toggling there. Similar to last time, obviously you can add notes, you can add tasks, it will take photos, you can upload your own photos if you want to for any properties that you're working on and getting a deal on, and then there's the specific property details, who the agent is, and a link back to the URL where it's advertised. So really cool stuff here. So we've basically got a full range of details for this property. But let's do a demo. Let's do a buy, refurb, refinance. That's the kind of thing we're going to do here. So it's on for 115,000. Again, you can put your own price in there if you prefer. If you're going to do a refurbishment, it's going to be vacant for a bit. Let's assume it's 3 months vacant, and let's assume that once I've done it, it's going to be worth £150,000, and I'll get £750 a month on the rent. So you can see immediately there, because of the default numbers already stored in the software, you can see it's happy with the cash flow, it's happy that it'll cover the mortgage were I to mortgage it. You can see there's 2 figures there, money left in and money taken out. So immediately you can see if you were to buy, refurb, refinance on a standard mortgage, you'd have to leave some money in, and obviously if you were to sell it, you would get a profit. That's the money taken out. Let's just go in behind the scenes here. You can save your own default numbers, okay? Let's just go through this quickly and show you how easy it is to change. So a deposit's 25% to buy it. How many months is it going to be until I remortgage it? It's going to be 6. I'm going to get further advance after 6 months. My mortgage interest rate I'll leave at 3.5%. I've got £1,000 for conveyancing and £500 for my broker's fee. Now I'm not planning on selling it, so this data doesn't really make much difference, but I'm going to put zeros in anyway. Because I don't plan to do anything with it. In terms of holding costs, I'm going to have to pay a bit more on the insurance. Let's say it's £24 a month for the insurance, and again for the tenancy. And now you can see when I refinance this property, is there going to be an early repayment charge? No, there isn't. Will there be another broker fee? Probably yes, because I'm generous. I like to pay my broker because he does a good job. You can see I'm going to deposit 25% on its new value, so it'll still be a 75% loan to value mortgage, and the interest rate will still be 3.5%. Now again, just coming to the refurbishment costs, I don't think it's going to cost 25,000. I'm going to put 10,000 in for the refurbishment, and you can save those numbers as your defaults. So each time you add a new property, it'll default to those sorts of figures. Main one that tends to vary is the refurbishment cost. So I'll save that as a buy, refurb, refinance strategy. And what it's now going to do is it's going to go away, and it's going to now update that information with a report. And as you can see at the bottom there it is. So you can see what it's purchased for, what the done up value is, what the funds are out if I was to do a flip. But critically, the critical figure here is the money left in. It's £18,500. So I'm going to get a 25% ROI or ROCE, return on investment or return on capital employed. If I click on show report, I get a full breakdown of that. So when people say about doing due diligence, anyone got any reports? I see it all the time on social media. Just use this. It's got everything you could possibly need. It's got all of the details in relation to the property broken down. So you can see it's going to take me 3 years and 10 months to get my money back from the rental income on that property. So it is an all money out deal, but I'll have to wait 3 years and 10 months. Chances are I probably want to go a little bit more deep on the price. So it's advertised at 115, but imagine if I could get it for 105. What would that do? So if I update my BRR, you can see now at this point, once it does its thing, if I go down to the bottom, you can see my report now says I've only got to leave £8,500 in. I'll get a 56.4% return on capital employed or return on investment. And if I show the report, you can see there it's only 1 year and 9 months to get my money back out. Now that's probably going to be my target price to buy this type of property. But what if I was speaking to the agent? Obviously I'm not going to go straight in at 105. Perhaps I'm going to offer 97,500. And what you'll see is a dynamic report here that shows you how quickly you're able to get your money back out. So you can see there's very little money left in, £574 at that price, means you get a significant return on capital employed if I was to change that to 100,000, you see it's 150% return on capital employed or ROI. I'm only leaving 3,000 in, so I can play about here and get an idea of where I want to be pitching my offer at. It could be 95,000. That'll be no money left in. That'll be an infinite return on my investment at the point after 6 months at which I refurbish it and refinance it. So I'm going to say that I'm going to go in at 95,000 on that property. So the system now saves the fact that I've recorded an offer, and obviously I would have phoned the estate agent and told them that I've made a £95,000 offer. Now, obviously, things can change, things can develop in relation to the property. If you go back to the strategy again and look at the report again, it could be that the agent declines my offer and I put a new one in, 98,000, and I'll save that offer. Now the system will automatically remember my history of offers, so you will now see there are 2 offers. Clearly this one has been declined, but the next one is there, so I can see my offer history on all properties that I've entered into my my sourcing, my deal analyzer. And again, to keep things really simple and easy for us, you can see here's a list of some prospects, some of the properties that I've taken an interest in and I've looked at. You can see there's quite a lot there over time, but also my offers as well. So these are all of the offers that I've made on properties, and I can see where I'm at. And at any point on any of these, even if it's very old, let's go back quite some way. Let's go back to May of this year. There's a property there, Bethania Road in Neath. I offered 85. And I offered 99. I never heard back on that. I can go back to that property at any point, and there it is. It's still there. You can see on the 17th of May. And I very quickly can see what my strategy was with it, what the cash flow was, what the yield was, what the return on capital employed was. So you can see there it was a 96% return on capital employed. It's almost an all money out deal. At 90,000, I could offer more, I could offer less. I've also got the latest market data. Do I really want to be buying in that area at the moment? Again, if I had any notes, so you can see I've got some notes there. Gutter needed a clean, which I put in. Any tasks, I did have some tasks to follow up on that property. So very quickly and very easily, I can build up that concertina folder of properties to review. And again, there's absolutely no harm in any of us, I would suggest, going back over properties that we've taken an interest in the past. Quite often they come back to market, quite often deals fall through. So keeping it all in this nice, simple to access place is, in my view, critical, and it's one of the key benefits of my deal analyzer. Not only have you got all of the historical stuff that you've looked at, you've also got the latest market data, and also it tracks all of your offers. So I would encourage everybody who is actively sourcing and buying property to use deal analyzer. It's a really powerful addition to Ultimate Property Dashboard, and I think it enhances your experience, plus also it enables you to make insight-led decisions when it comes to property investing. So I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please check out our other videos where we demonstrate more of the amazing features on Ultimate Property Dashboard.